Techno update. Subscribe now.
Nomu S30 review. Design and build. It seemed a real shame to have to throw down the Nomu S30 and attempt to cause it damage, because as rugged phones go it's really not bad looking. It has the same angular rubber corners and chunky body as other tough phones, but the front is all glass and there is none of the garish colored rubber adorning its exterior. The button shown in the image above caused us some confusion at first. The Nomu S30 has a huge battery inside, rated at 5,000 mAh, but in our tests we found that when switched off for a few days it wasn't always brilliant at holding its charge. So when presented with a phone that, unknown to you, has a flat battery, plus what looks to be a volume rocker and two other buttons, it can be difficult to work out how to turn it on. So while the Nomu S30 is better looking than most Android phones, it's a long way clear of the sexiest Android phones you can buy. There's no escaping the fact this phone is very large and very heavy, measuring 162 by 83 by 13. 35 mm and weighing 260 grams. All that extra space adds up to a phone screen that's 5.5 in on the diagonal sitting in a body that's 6.5 in on the diagonal. As you can imagine you'll need big hands to manage this one, and we found nothing in the settings that could ease screen management. The Nomu S30 runs a near vanilla version of Android 6.0 Marshmallow. Hardware and performance. There's also a decent amount of internal storage, at 64 GB, and you can bolster this with support for microSD. Unfortunately the Nomu S30 can accommodate cards only up to 32 GB in capacity, but in total that's a not insignificant 96 GB, and we especially like the fact this dual SIM phone doesn't force you to choose between adding a second SIM or removable memory. Camera. The Sony IMX214 is a 13MP camera, but by default in the Nomu S30 it has been interpolated to 16.4MP. You can switch this back to 13MP in the camera settings, but as we take all our test shots in out-of-the-box fashion we did not. Software. The Nomu S30 runs a vanilla version of Android 6.0 Marshmallow out of the box. Oddly, when we signed into our Google account we received a notification from Google asking whether we had just signed into a Cat S30 phone, but the two are different.